talking about finances is an important part of any relationship.
False!
Money corrupts everything it touches and brings greed into the relationship.
Really?
Well, we're going to find out at least.
Today, we're going to prove that you should never talk about money in a relationship.
Or maybe you should never not talk about money.
You decide in the comments.
Today we have 3 stories about financial problems that get increasingly more complicated.
Let's go. I broke up with my ex because she wanted me to pay for everything, but now I regret it.
Dude, sugar daddy, gotta provide.
I, male 28, broke up with my then girlfriend, female 28, of 4 years because of money. Now, throughout my relationship with my ex, I always paid for dates, which I am completely okay with.
All right.
I paid for small trips that we take across the state, and she never had to drive a single time. She lived about 1.75 hours away and had a nicer car than me. I'd always pick her up and drop her off. I don't mind doing these things at all. Matter of fact, I loved it.
I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is.
OP loves to provide. That's why he's writing a whole Reddit post about this.
Speaking of which, I love throw array Am I Broke on the r/OK Storytime subreddit because they made the story. Hurrah. Things became tricky when she came to me with expectations about money a year into the relationship. She told me she expected me to start contributing to her bills, such as her phone bill, her nails, and her hair.
Wait, that's crazy. Phone bills, that's a little bit too much.
But that's not all.
Oh, and that's not all.
She also requested that I pay for her special cosmetic skin treatments, shopping, cosmetic products, and help her with her car payments.
That's ridiculous. Although I've heard this argument, it's like, you want me to look pretty for you, don't you? Costs a lot of money.
Maybe get a new girl who's prettier. Boom! Oh, I'm just saying.
Get wrecked, dude.
You can spend all this money. Listen, I got a natural beauty. That's we don't need any other extra. My wallet is still fat, so there you go. Do with that as you will. When we had this conversation the first time, it hit me like a truck. I thought I was being financially used, and I disputed this for months on end. At some point, she told me that the men she had dated in the past did all that plus more.
Okay, then go back to him.
Go back to them.
Back to him right now.
She wasn't lying about it. I saw the receipts. One of
She
them
showed the receipts. She's like, look here, see.
Yeah, how did he get the receipts? That's crazy. One of them even took her on a vacation. I was not jealous about this or feeling insecure about it at the time. She told me that that's how relationships are, and I shouldn't be and I shouldn't see it as an expense, rather a token of my love and appreciation towards her.
Bro, I hate that.
Dude.
I hate the manipulation is crazy.
So just you're completely not saying that, you know, gift giving is a love language and is great, but it's like you're just completely sidestepping how he feels at all and just like, no, this is how it is.
And also, I mean, if you really want to play the game well, you don't be too heavy-handed with it. You know, you just make slight suggestions, and maybe he'll get you more stuff. But now that you're demanding it, you're gonna lose it all.
Well,
you're a bad sugar baby.
Here's where she's at. She's like, I'm a year in, and he's still not buying me some Chanel No. 5. Gotta lay the hammer down.
You gotta ease into this. It doesn't like, all right, we don't go from 100 to 0. We
stair step.
Come on, baby steps.
No. Nuclear bomb. Go. Give me your credit card. I'm buying the store.
Social security number on the first date right now.
Do it.
Wait, how much is Chanel No. 5 or number 4?
Probably expensive.
I don't.
It shows that you've never bought that for a single woman in your life, not even your mom.
Whoa.
I don't. Yes.
Wait, do you not love your mom? I'm sorry.
I do love my mom. My mom hates that kind of stuff, though.
That's what she wants you to think.
My mom wants like AirPods. That's what my mom wants.
AirPod No. 5. Yeah. The new scent that everyone's hearing. All right, but anyways, so she told me that that's how relationships are. I shouldn't be seeing it as an expense, rather a token of my love and appreciation towards her, especially if I'm working towards getting married. All of my friends disagreed with this and told me to dump her, but I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
Dump her. Dude, your wallet will thank you.
Dump her.
Right. She made me extremely happy in every other aspect of life.
It's a head game.
Every aspect or one in particular.
It's the head game, dude. Come on.
What head game are we talking about?
Like crazy.
Like crazy.
Like crazy.
Like buy the store.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's like, I know.
Oh yeah. No woman had as much of an had made as much of an effort to make me happy. Had made as much of an effort. It's the words. So, let alone a woman this attractive, because she definitely turned a lot of heads when we were out together. It's just a woman out of his league trying to siphon. Come on.
Dude,
It's a gold digger.
Come on.
hey, you know what? The best of us have fallen into that trap, my friend. I don't follow you. All right, fine. The middle of us.
The best of Sams. I was taken care of and deeply loved and understood so well, and even my bad quirks were accepted and appreciated. I don't believe it. I don't believe
Dude,
it.
she's like, yeah, I'll accept that quirk, but like $20.
Comes at a cost. Comes at a cost. Cost per quirk. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
the
talking
cost
about.
per quirk. It's like a swear jar. It's
Yeah,
a quirk jar.
A quirk. A quirk. Oh, that does not. That sounds very spicy. Sleep.
Ooh, quirk jar.
Quirk jar. So she said she understood I didn't make as much as the last men she dated, and she didn't want to compare, even though it's literally what she's doing. She said it was about the gesture and my willingness to do so. So that started with paying a few bills for her shopping, and for other things. Over time, I started getting stressed about money because I didn't have the funds to do the things that I wanted in life, like improving my standard of living. I couldn't afford investing or a house or a newer car. I also started to feel insecure because I wasn't earning enough money.
Sorry, I'm done.
Dude. Because of
Dude.
this.
Also, I am just getting the lyric. It's Brittany Beach says she takes my money when I'm in need. I'm just getting the lyrics to that right now.
Yeah.
She takes my money when I'm in need.
Because of this, I started to resent going on dates or other activities because I was struggling to financially keep up. I tried explaining to her that things were tight, but she said it was my job to figure things out, and that she wouldn't compromise because what I was doing was the bare minimum.
Yeah, dude, she's not going to compromise on that. Come on.
Dude.
She's not going to compromise. She's accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
You know, she deserves it.
She does.
What is going on here? She felt disrespected or unloved when I said no to things. That, dude. Yeah, I hate this. I'm not the type of man to indulge in luxury myself. I'm super simple, and I felt like I couldn't keep up with her or what her exes did for her. My insecurities got worse and worse, and at this point, my friends and parents were telling me that if I did these things for any other girl, I'd be treated even better, and that I was being taken advantage of. Always in these stories, they're like, oh, they're so great and everything else, but this one thing.
But the one thing is like completely tearing up the rest of their personality. Like this is it's like, oh my God, he's so great. He just like murders people on the weekend. But besides that, amazing.
It's so peachy. Like,
it's so peachy. I'm like, what? Don't look at that thing.
Look
at that. That is bad.
God. My breaking point. We haven't had the breaking point yet.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no breaking point yet. Wow.
Was when she asked for
No.
a nose job.
Oh.
Nose. That's right. I told her I couldn't afford it, and she said that I could just get it on a payment plan.
Get out.
Such a massive red flag. Also, Keon, the producer.
Yo.
Could you look up the average cost of a nose job?
$10K. $10K
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. 10K.
So, and we'll see. But
some nose jobs I think are covered by insurance a little bit. If you can like say like your nose is
like there
I
was
have like a deviated septum, and I was
Right.
thinking about getting it fixed so I could like so I could breathe better.
get a sick nose ring.
And get a sick nose ring. Maybe get a
bowl one.
I just want to make my nose bigger. Like
Nice.
to go out here.
Bird vibes.
Yeah, dude, bird vibes.
Straight bird vibes.
I could just like
now
fight
you could
people.
really look like a pigeon.
Yeah, and that's all part of my plan to become a pigeon.
Wow.
But I think
I like
insurance covers some of it if you have a deviated septum.
Yeah, if you've like make enough of a case or something like that.
All
Okay,
right.
it's between. Yeah, go ahead.
It looks like between, let's just say 5 to 7,000, 8,000.
$6 grand.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
say on a median.
So at this point, I told her that I had had enough, and we broke up. Gone, done, finito.
Good.
We were on and off for a few weeks, bad, because we were still close and the love was mutual. However, we eventually drifted away.
Good.
Since then, I've been alone and reflecting on my decision. My friends and family did not like her at all and said that I was being taken advantage of. However, I keep hearing how it's becoming more common for men to offer to pay for a woman's things. Men enjoy taking care of their women.
What do you mean more like this is a tale as old as time. Men paying for women's things. What do you think more common?
I do feel that there was the like swing to like you know, oh like women work and do things for themselves. What a concept. And now there is, you know, like, you know, sugar babying feels like it's on a hot streak right now.
Oh, sugar babying,
but like the sugar babying vibes are
like
permeating. It feels.
But I guess like sugar babying, like softcore prostitution is becoming like way more accepted in society.
Samuel Donner, 2024.
I mean, is that not a little like it's kind of like a little bit?
Yeah,
it's like softcore.
So. You know, men enjoy taking care of their women, pampering them, and that some of them really go out of the way to make sure their women are showered with gifts. I hear some men say that it's harder for women to make money due to wage differences, etc., let alone as much money as men, so we shouldn't expect them to pay for things or go 50-50. It makes their lives easier, and because we love them, especially if we want to get married down the road. Oh boy, we're going to talk about that in a sec. I'm wondering if the issue was actually me. Was it my fault for not making enough money or working harder to make more? Was I not understanding her love language? Was I wrong to complain about money at all? Since this is what some modern relationships look like, is it the expectation that attractive women have high costs / demands?
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
I mean, that's not untrue.
There is there is a expectation culturally we live in a society, one can say.
And also, if you're like a hot woman in your 20s, like you want to be on a boat, you're on a boat. You know, like you want to go to like Peru for free, you can go to Peru for free. Like there are ways to work it. And I think sometimes there is like an expectation, like girls and they're like very attractive girls in their early 20s just get a lot of stuff for free.
Yeah.
But because, like with you know, some of my friends at least have said that.
So that's all true, but like at the end of the day, this is your relationship. So if you are feeling like, hey, look, I'm fine with like the things he was doing before, like, oh, I'm fine, like, you know, I'll pay for we do some vacations, some trips together, and like paying for her meals when we go out, and you feel good about that, that's great. But if you're like, hey, I don't feel good and I'm struggling under this pressure and like feel insecure and all this stuff, well, then that's not a good partnership for you.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And it's like, yes, there are women that will do that, but that just, like you said, is not going to be in a good partnership
Which could be totally fine
if they both agree.
If
but
they
you don't
both
have
are
to
down.
agree to this. You don't have to agree to this. This is not every woman. This is not every relationship. Like most of my past relationships have been like 50-50.
Yeah. There's still more.
Okay.
There is an edit. I did not expect this post to blow up overnight. I appreciate everyone's kind words and support. It's giving me more confidence in my decision. I have not gotten a chance to read all the comments, let alone reply to everyone. But I do get the general consensus that I made the right choice. You did, and need to evaluate my values moving into my next relationship, whenever that might be. To answer a few general questions, there weren't any cultural differences. I got my credit card back when we broke up.
What?
That is...
Oh, he just gave...
You gave her your credit card?
Bro, that's terrifying.
Red flag.
That is, red flag big time.
Red flag city.
And there have been no charges since then.
Okay, at least she's got some scruples.
I feel like she's basically like, I can't get any more. Take your dingy little.
Yeah,
your credit's not good enough for me.
Right.
I want to be with someone that really cares and has an Amex. Platinum credit card.
Not platinum. You take your black card and get out of my face.
Gross. Ick.
We spent nearly every second of the day talking, even if we weren't together with each other, like at work, etc. And I will consider therapy. You need therapy, my guy. I don't intend to date for a while. I spent a lot on this girl over the past 4 years, and I will need time to recover that amount and work on investing.
Oh, man. I've definitely gone through phases of spending too much on girls that I've just met.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
We get swept away.
It happens.
It happens.
And I'm working on improving my quality of life. I will also focus on building my career and more healthy relationships with my friends and family, and you can build a healthy relationship with us by joining our live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Tap the freaking profile. Nice. Again, I can't express enough gratitude to everyone who took the time to comment, provide support, insight, and share their experiences. Thank you. Do we blame her for wanting that? It like almost like leaving and going and finding that. Like, is it okay for her to go and seek out what she's seeking in another relationship?
You know, I think it's fine for anyone to seek out any kind of relationship context that they want, but just know that you're setting up a transactional relationship for yourself. Like, you're essentially saying, this is how much my love is worth, and you can pay for it. And the more that you pay, the more that'll be attached to you, right? So like that is a thing that you can do. Is it a healthy thing that really promotes depth with a partner? No, I don't think so at all. But is it something you could do? Sure, yeah. Like, you know, if you want to fucking do it, do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like if she wants that in a partner, honestly, more power to her. Like, again, if two people want the same thing, that is a good point, though.
Some people want to pay for their love. You can do that. That's sad, but you can do that.
Or just like it can go, I think, into a much healthier area of like gift giving as a love language and caring
that's true.
for the partner as a love language. So, but I do think it is a very slippery slope. Slippery slope.
As long as there's no expectation from your partner of like, you have to pay for everything for me, or again, they give you gifts. Sure, that's great, but also, I don't know. Like, some people love doing that.
Yeah.
If you can do that financially without being stressed out, great. All the power to you.
That's what the issue with OP's situation was, is like he was doing it to the point of like not having, like he was like, she was taking his money when he was in need.
Yes.
And she didn't care.
Exactly.
She didn't care that he was like stressed out or like, I don't have the funds for this, but I'm going to keep doing it, and look where it like got him.
And I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she's not going to be with anyone broke.
You know, he's starting on the mop. You know, next week it's the fries,
it's a
long road.
It's a long road, you know, but
Yeah.
I think he's going to get out of that Datsun.
That's true. There you go.
All right, let's get into this next story. So, I bought my boyfriend an anniversary gift on his credit card. Am I the a-hole?
Could be okay. Let's see.
I, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 27 male, all call Mark. We've been together for 3 years now, and I decided I wanted to get my boyfriend a gift. Our anniversary is coming up, and I wanted to do something really nice for him. He's a guitarist and has been wanting this one particular guitar, Jackson King V-Series Pro. He talks about it, and he'd love to own one. So I always heard the best gift is something that someone wants, but will never get for themselves. Also, this comes from Snickwish1922 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I was at a guitar store looking for a gift or something, and then I saw it. It was the Jackson King 5 Series Pro.
Doubloons.
It was not exactly the one he always showed me, but it was close enough. It had the weird part where the strings attach with a little lever thingy. I like the whammy, I guess. And the bottom of the guitar is all spiked. Sorry, I don't know guitars. I knew he wanted it, so I thought I would surprise him. We are by no means rich, but we live comfortably, so I didn't think he'd mind paying $2,400. Also, I love how OP is framing this. Like, you know, the best thing about a gift is like getting something for them they wouldn't get for themselves, but I would get them, but they want it. And so all you got to do is just take their money and get it to them.
Yeah, of course.
That's what a good gift is.
That's what it is. That's how it works.
I ended up buying him the guitar. I did use his credit card, which in hindsight, I guess, wasn't a good idea. I just figured it won't matter since he never makes me pay for anything. I figured it would be an okay gift, $2,400.
Genius.
I took it out of the case it came with and propped it up in the living room and was waiting for Mark to get home. When he came in, I hugged him, kissed him, and told him, "Happy anniversary. I got you something special." He went into the living room and just about jumped through the roof with excitement. He instantly started thanking me and telling me about how special this particular guitar was in comparison to the regular King 5. And I just said, "What can I say? I have good taste." And we talked, and then it happened.
Uh-oh.
How much did you end up paying for this thing? Mark asked. And I nonchalantly answered, it was like $2,500. But I don't think we will have any problem paying it off.
Dude, come on.
You
Dude.
subconsciously knew the entire time it was not okay, or like that. Like this, like
Oh, shit! This is so silly.
So bad.
Also,
So
I'm looking
stupid.
at the votes right now. 100% of people say it's a bad idea to buy someone a gift with their own money.
Bad.
Which, I mean, I don't know how it isn't a good, like how it would be a good idea.
I mean, there's like many cases of like two people are married, they've like either commingled or there's one like main breadwinner, and then at that point it's like,
But they're not married.
no, they don't apply at all. There's cases where it is okay, but good, but this is so not one of them.
So not one of them.
Not even funny.
Then he just stared and asked me what I was talking about.
Shock. Too shock.
I proceeded to explain how I wanted to do something nice, but $2,400 was a bit much up front, so I put it on his credit card and I figured we'd pay it off together. Mark is not an angry person, but he was more angry than I imagined he could be. He just started yelling at me. I know I messed up, but he could at least be a bit grateful that someone cares as much as I do, right?
What were you thinking?
I bought this for you with your own money.
Dude.
But he ended up bringing it back to the guitar store, but I guess they can't return it because it was on a CC or something. I don't remember. Oh, because it was on a credit card.
Oh.
But when he got home, I thought he'd be in a better mood, but he didn't end up coming home until it was late. Then when he did, he went straight to bed. This was 2 days ago, and he still hasn't spoken to me, and there is an update. But Avery from the Swamp says, girl, that was so dumb.
So stupid.
So stupid. I mean, like, how are you this dumb? I'm not saying that to you. I'm just
No. Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah. This is so crazy. I don't get it. I don't get
understand how someone could do that. Like, I like the whole idea of a present is you do something nice for someone that they wouldn't necessarily do for themselves, but because like maybe they don't have the money or they don't want to pay stuff like that, and so you unburden them from having to pay that.
Yeah.
OP is just like, I'm just gonna start buying friends yachts on their credit card, but like, dude, I did something really nice for you. Be grateful.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have that yacht without me. And then they're like, well, yeah, I wouldn't be in crippling debt without you either.
Yeah. And the amount of the purchase, because it's like some things you'd be like, oh, it was $100. It's like, okay, $100, like, that's a
But
good
even
bit of money. But
$100 is a lot. Like
exactly. It's relative, but
$2,400
$2,400 to almost any human on earth is like
crazy. Unless they're
crazy.
Not
unless
any
they're
human,
doing
but
bank.
there are a lot of humans.
All
There's
right,
some
yeah,
humans out
okay.
there.
A lot
but
of
unless they're
humans.
making like, I don't know, what, like maybe like 20, 30 grand a month or something.
Yeah, that's
which
the
is
only
like
way this is.
top 1%, especially
You know
in this
what?
age range.
I'm gonna say like 500 grand a year.
Yeah.
Like, and this is like a not noticeable blip where it's like, okay, it's not that big because it hasn't impacted me that much.
Yeah.
2,400, like, I don't
That's
know.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Duchess Cassandra says, I think she's a bit of an airhead. Kelsey Hoff, who's a new Stick Gang member. No, that's
Sticks.
terrible. Honey Hill Apiary says, my ex-wife bought me a car by using a POA to take a loan out in my name. What's a POA?
Yeah, what is a POA?
What's a POA? A
Let's look it
person,
up. Person of action?
person of action.
Of accountability? I don't know.
Power of attorney?
Oh.
Plan of action? Those are
Oh,
yeah,
because
yeah,
she was like, I'm a power of attorney.
Attorney for you. That is sick. So basically, like, you could become a power of attorney of someone and like do things legally on their behalf.
Yeah.
So she used her like
Power of
attorney to take the loan out in his name without his like consent or permission or anything.
Dude, can
That
you
has to be
imagine
illegal.
if I'm like, John, dude, I did something really nice.
Oh,
I did
tell
something
me
really
that.
nice for
Yeah.
you. I bought you a house.
Wow.
Bought you a house.
I mean, dude, wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve it. By
Thank
the
you.
way, you're $1 million in debt.
Oh. It doesn't work. You
You're
see?
welcome.
You just saw it.
You are welcome.
In real life.
You're welcome. But we do have an update here. So thank you everyone for comments, even if you guys were a bit harsh. I can now see perfectly clearly how extremely foolish I had been. I like to address something I mistakenly said, as well as an update on events of last few days. For starters, I did not buy a Pro Series King 5. The guitar I actually purchased was a Jackson King 5 Select Series KV2, and it was used, in case you were wondering. So Mark has been staying with his mom for the last couple of days, and we finally had a chance to sit and work this out. We went to a small pizza place and eat and talk. I paid.
Thank God.
Yeah, dude, I paid for like $4 pizza.
Yeah, I paid for some pizzas.
Yeah,
It made up for it, right?
Yeah.
We're
babe,
equal. We're equal.
Yeah.
You pay for some things, I pay for some things. I get you $1 slice. I get you a guitar with your own money. You know?
Boom. What's the
Bada
problem?
bing, bada boom. Equal.
Equal.
Partners. He explained why he was upset and basically said everything you guys said. I apologized, and we began to figure out what's going to happen next. I took some advice from here, and I took a few of my expensive clothes to a designer clothes store called Future Fashion and got them looked at to see if they'd be worth anything. I have some Supreme stuff, just like a few hoodies and a few stickers, and that I got for my birthday.
What a hater.
Yeah, the Supreme stickers.
Oh, I'm so cool. I got this. Guys, look at my laptop. Oh,
Is the Supreme sticker worth anything?
Oh my God. Yeah, people be putting stuff on it.
So what? How
Well,
much
they
is
sold a brick for like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like
a limited edition
I feel
Supreme
like-
sticker?
like you could probably pay like up to $20 or so.
Or a Supreme sticker?
I feel like for
Maybe.
some of them.
I don't know. That I got for my birthday last year, as well as a couple designer belts, Gucci and Versace, and one Prada handbag. Before you comment, none of these things were gifts from my boyfriend. They are.
Jesus.
She returns all the gifts that her boyfriend got her.
That would be
to pay for the guitar.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
It's like that one Christmas story where like, oh, he wants the hat and she wants like the cool like comb, and they both sell everything and they don't get anything. It's just like, oh, this is funny. It's a really
What
dumb,
are you talking
It's
about?
a Christmas story. Like people know that story.
Riley, do you know this story?
I have.
John?
It's like a
I'm-
Disney thing, like Mickey and Minnie. It's a huge thing.
All right.
I-
If anyone knows what that is in the chat,
Pull it. Yeah, no, it's there.
pull it.
Someone's gonna be like, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Noted.
It sounds like that.
Before any of you comment, none of these things were gifts from my boyfriend. They are gifts from my parents. Supreme and belts and handbags are from my shopping spree my mom took me on before I started college, URI. They gave me $375 for the Supreme hoodie. What the what?
Oh yeah.
Didn't want the stickers, shaking my head. I got 18. Oh, they gave her $375. So like when she sold it. So she got $375 for that. She got $850 for the belts. Damn. And he wouldn't take the Prada back since it's not their specialty, or the Prada bag since it's not their specialty.
That should do it.
But I'm going to take it to a few other places tomorrow, but they said I should be able to get like $900 for the bag. I told my boyfriend that this was my plan, and right now, counting money from my savings account, $500, literally cleaned me out. How do you have $500 in your savings account and like thousands of dollars worth of designer stuff? That is insane.
Happens
to me.
all the time.
It is insane
all
to
the
me
time.
that people like, I don't like this shirt's probably one of the more expensive things I own, and it's like $20 or $30. Like in terms of clothes.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
And it's my friend's company.
You got it for free. I didn't even pay for it, guys.
I actually
This is the most expensive thing I own. I paid $0 for it. I live off trash. I climb in dumpsters.
well, I paid for it actually, but then
Sorry.
he tracked my name in his system
Right.
and then caught me for it. But this second time, one of my shirts got wrecked in the washing machine, so I bought it through a alias, Jack Mehoff.
Classic.
I'm sorry. What? What was
Jack
that?
Mehoff.
Jack
you know?
Mehoff. So he wouldn't be able to know.
Yeah. There's no way he could guess.
No way he could guess.
Shrouded in secrecy.
Anyway.
She sold her hair. yeah.
Literally cleaned me out, and the stuff I sold, I have $1,750 and the potential $900 for the bag, which should mean, according to my math, $2,625, which means I'll still have some left over to buy him a real gift. I told Mark and he was glad, and he is going to be taking the money to pay off a chunk so that we don't get interest or whatever. I don't know how that works, to be honest. What?
Okay. This is exactly what this is. This is just a spoiled kid. It's a spoiled kid. Her mom takes her on all these things. She doesn't understand the value of money.
That's why she's getting all these crazy
That's why
gifts.
she does it. She has no concept. She's like, oh, well, I take my parents' card and I just go get this. I take his card and I just go get this, whatever.
That's love.
This is literally like she probably does this for her parents. Like on Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Mom, I got you something really nice. I got you a Gucci bag.
And she's
with
like,
your money,
oh
but
my
I got
God.
it for you.
She's going shopping with her to get the Supreme and the Louis belt and like all this stuff.
That makes so much more sense.
She doesn't
She's a
even know what
spoiled
interest
rich
is.
kids. Yeah. With nothing but fake friends.
That nice work.
Anyway.
I'm impressed.
All right. Anyway,
There
I'm
we
going
go.
back to it. Back to it again.
Let's go.
Proves my point.
I told Mark, and he was glad, and he's going to be taking the money to pay off a chunk so that we don't get interest or whatever. I don't know how that works, to be honest. As far as our relationship goes, things will be okay. Mark has calmed down and just wants 3 things to happen. First, I'm not allowed to use his card without permission, which most of you predicted.
Boom.
Secondly, I need to show that I fully understand my actions. And 3, pay him back. And you can pay us back by joining our lives every weekday, 3 p.m. PST, right here on YouTube. Just tap our profile. He basically told me as long as those conditions are met, then things will return to normal. He does really like the guitar, which he admitted in a silly way to try and lighten the mood at the end of the talk. And he does appreciate the thought of it. But like you all have said, what I did was wrong, and I will never let it happen again.
Glad that's over.
And I am going to fix it. Sir Fix-a-Lot.
So, I don't know if I'm mad. I think
she's just a sweet cherub.
it's
Dumb. That's what she
Sweet
is.
cherub dum-dum. She's
but
just
it's ignorance. And you know what? Now that she's learning,
she's learning.
she is taking the corrective
Yep.
actions. The only thing I could foresee being an issue is like that just kind of like keeps that her ignorance of that kind of thing keeps popping up in other areas. But
you need money to buy a house? I thought like your just grandparents give you the mansion.
yeah, wait, what?
Wait, you need money for sushi? I thought your parents just own Nobu.
Wait, why? I'm confused. This seat says economy? Where's the big seats?
I understood
Thank you,
that.
Keon.
I understood that.
So I'm
That
just
was-
gonna-
that was such a-
economy?
That was such a dad joke that I was like, wow, maybe I'm getting too old. Like, I started laughing at that.
Economy.
Yeah.
It says economy.
Sam, you didn't
God
understand that?
Dang it.
Oh my. That's-
God dang it. Bro's over here giving me crickets.
That's what I'm here for, John. That's what I'm here for.
Oh my God.
I don't know about economy.
Economy. By the way,
Is that
I thought you were
Japanese?
referencing an anime.
Is that
That's-
Japanese?
I was
So
like,
funny.
because there's like Comey, like what? Comey gets friends or what's the thing?
There's also Toonami.
Yeah,
There-
exactly,
yeah.
dude. Excuse me for being entrenched in Japanese culture, unlike you freaking uncultured swine.
that's me.
Yeah, you're welcome. But that's
Great. I got it to Riley. Good. I got it to Riley.
There we
That's
go.
the
Oh, now
that's the end of that story.
Oh man. I, 23 female, won $10,000 cash. My boyfriend, 24 male, 4 years, and I have been having a childish fight, and I did something I can't undo. He's a full-time student who works part-time in the summer. Sounds like a come up. I have a full-time and part-time job. He studies a lot. We live together and mostly live off of my pay while he stretches what he makes in the summer.
Hardworking.
Neither of us have ever owned a car because it isn't necessary where we live. By the way, this comes from Windfall Smash from r/BestofRedditorUpdates. So we both walk or take the public transit everywhere to save money. In the morning, we stop at a corner shop shortly before splitting up for the day. He buys cigarettes and coffee. I buy fruit for my lunch. And on the weekends, lotto tickets.
I think they live in Europe because they're buying cigarettes and also they don't need cars.
Europe or the South? Does Europe have lotteries?
Europe? Would you? Yeah, sure. Europe has lotteries.
I don't freaking know.
I'm pretty sure Europe has lotteries.
I got no idea. He always makes fun of me for paying the stupid tax, but I figure my indulgence is cheaper and doesn't come with lung cancer. Nice. Sometimes I jokingly tell him not to expect a penny when I win.
Ooh, penny. Okay. That's probably American then.
Aha, yes.
Unless they're talking about the penny farthing.
Let's go. The day I won, he answered me with, fine, keep it all. It's not like I'm crying over a penny of nothing over here. I showed him I'd won. He stared for a bit and then dismissively told me that I'd probably spent more than that on tickets. In response, I asked if I should blow his half on for myself. I was honestly joking at the time, but he suddenly became angrier than I've ever seen him, and I didn't want to admit I'd been kidding because he was so pissed off that it pissed me off.
Wait, was kidding?
So she was like, oh, what should I buy for your half? But then it was a joke. And then he's like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you getting me?
Oh, so he's like, you need to get me something.
You need to get me something.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy because additional context, they mostly live off of her pay.
So,
it makes doubly no sense.
Well, I mean, technically, there's already the precedent of them living off her pay. So
right.
He should live off her pay more.
Why not give me a little more? So he wants a car, and I don't. He keeps trying to steamroll me, so I'm refusing to share the money. In all honesty, I'm willing to spend or save the money for us, but I don't want a car. I won't use a car, and it will keep costing us money in parking and maintenance.
Wait, so how much money did they win? Car money?
$10,000. And then after a few weeks of him sulking and lecturing me about his entitlement to the money, he literally said he's entitled to it. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He took me to a car lot and tried to embarrass me into going along with him in front of a salesman. I threw a tantrum after we left without buying anything, and I went to my mom's and paid our rent up to the end of the year and donated the rest to charity. He doesn't know. I effed up and don't know how to come clean. We have an update. How did she F up? Where's the F up?
I mean, how much does she donate to charity? Because it seems like you might need that charity.
True. I guess. Can you call a charity for your money back?
I mean, maybe.
Probably you could try, I guess.
I mean, I don't think the paying for your living situation
the rent
is bad. But if you're like, not in the best financial situation, I don't know if it makes sense to spend your money on charity cases when you are the charity case.
Low key the rent too, because it's like it's better to have cash on hand than to like pay for the rent. But that all being said, she won this money. She won the 10 grand.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants.
She's already been paying for him. Like it's like doubly, triply. Like just do what you want. Like
it seems like what she was doing. She's like, I'm just going to spend all this money as quick as I can, so I don't have to talk about this with my partner anymore.
And maybe possibly some like there's like a hint, a whiff, if you will, of like vengeance in terms of like, all right, I spent it so you can't have it kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think
bit.
so. I think so. I think a little bit.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's ultimately hers. So and he's being a huge red flag for like
I mean, is this break-upable?
Yeah. The way that he's like continually
demanding.
He took her to a car lot and tried to like ambush her into buying a car on the spot. This guy's crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
That's insane. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Also, how did he get her there? Like, we're just gonna like go get ice cream, and there's this really good ice cream shop. It's called Enterprise.
Yeah,
it's
so
called
great.
the GMC lot.
Wait, used cars are us. Yeah, they sell ice cream. Yeah, they show us car shaped. They make car shaped ice cream sculptures, babe. It's amazing.
And then they get there. It's just like, I just see cars. Where's the ice cream? It's like, we got to talk to the salesman.
Yeah. He's gonna tell us what flavors are best.
Yeah, dude. I think it's Chibi Lee is saying pre-vorce chant. Duchess Cassandra says, I feel like the relationship is over. That I'm feeling like this is spelling the end of it.
Feels donezo to me.
Yeah.
Feels donezo to me. But we have an update.
Ooh.
So, long story short, a couple of months before I won, my boyfriend had secretly dropped out of school to join a Christian rock band He's not Christian. What? Bro.
Low key.
What is this?
That's it's like so funny and weird that I kind of respect it.
And bartended to cover his new Coca-Cola habit, which explains so much. Not the soft drink. Newsflash. He took me winning as a sign that they were about to make it and should go on tour.
Wow. Just wow.
A sign, not from like Jesus or anything.
Dude.
There's like a sign in general. Because I'm not Christian, but the boys of the band think it's a sign.
God. He definitely doesn't look a thing like Jesus. And that's why he wanted the car so dang much, so he could take it and go on tour with his new Christian rock.
Dude, I mean, it sounds like they're getting some momentum.
This sounds like the plot of like a comedy movie. Like, dude quits, drops out of school, joins a Christian rock band as a non-Christian, and then starts just snuffing powder.
Dude, this sounds sick. I want to hear this band.
Let's hear your side of the story.
Yeah, I want to hear, or it's all, making fun of him, but blah, blah, blah. But what if it's really good?
What if the tunes are
What if the tunes are bopping? What if
Going
they are
crazy.
divinely inspired?
Anyways,
Yeah, it looks like John.
oh God. So obviously we had a huge fight. I sacrificed a lot because he told me he'd never be happy without that degree, and he threw it away to play rock star while I ground myself down at dead-end jobs. Remember, again, she's like working like double time while he goes to school that he dropped out.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And now while he's rocking out.
Now he's rocking out, just sniffing for the Lord.
Sniffing for the Lord. You need energy. You need
Exactly.
energy. And I don't think coffee quite does it. Those
not
rock
there.
hours are hard hours.
It's hard. It's hard. Especially
God made this so I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
man.
natural, God dang it.
Let's go.
You know this comes from the cocoa leaf.
Come on.
And God created that leaf. Thus, it should be in my veins.
I have legitimately heard that argument before.
Really?
Not for that specifically, but for other things.
Did you make that argument?
No, I did not make that argument. I told him I agreed to support him through one dream, and if he was done with it, I'm going after my dreams now. Ooh,
Dude, get wrecked.
like that. He made all kinds of promises to me about how he'll take care of me when he gets famous. But I told him the only promises I cared about were the ones he made when I agreed to help him through school. That was a mutual decision.
Yeah.
He broke up with me until I could come to my senses. As far as I'm concerned, that's already happened, so I had his brother pick his stuff up. He tried to cause problems about me illegally evicting him, but I reminded him that I had some text conversations where he said, "Your apartment, your problem, and I don't live there anymore, so deal with it." There you go.
Ooh, receipts.
Nice.
Receipts.
I have no idea if that's legally enforceable, but neither does he. There we go. My lease is up in 3 months, and I won't have to worry about it after that. It's been really rough accepting that he's the guy I fell in love with anymore, but the way that he's been acting has made it a lot easier. I'm mostly angry I sunk so much of my time and money and compromised my future for him. But I guess it's better I found out now instead of later. I got tested in case he cheated or was doing other substances, and so far so good.
Oh, yeah, that would be. Oh, man.
You never know.
You never
These
know.
Christian rock bands.
They go pretty hard.
Pretty hard for the Lord. I'm also 9,000% sure my ex staged the 3 break-ins we had in our apartment after one of his friends told me,
What? That's crazy.
dude, around the time my then boyfriend was trying to sell my prescriptions and his laptops that I ended up replacing, they were supposedly stolen.
Whoa, dude. I mean, honestly, entrepreneurial. Just gotta do a garage sale, man.
Just like steal from your girlfriend and like sell it at a garage sale, bro.
Yeah, and that's your startup capital, bro.
There you go.
For your Christian rock band, bro. that's 3 amps.
Snort for the Lord.
How do you think I
I
have
want
so
that
much
on a
energy
shirt.
all the time?
Right,
I
dude.
need that on a shirt.
Snort for the Lord needs
Snort
to be
for the
a
Lord.
new merch line coming out.
Snort for
It's
the
our
Lord.
version of Virginity Rocks. Oh my God.
Snort for the
Snort
Lord.
for the Lord.
Oh my goodness.
I would do that.
I would do that in a
Oh my God.
In a puff.
In a huff. I told the cops and his friend agreed to make a statement, but I don't know what's happening with that. So yeah, she's reported it, and hey, whatever happens, happens. Other than that, I'm happy to report I'm only working one job I'm only working one job now, and that's actually something I want to do and pays way more.
Nice.
Let's go. A lot of W's for OP. My apartment is much nicer without his junk, and now the toilet is never unflushed and the seat is always down.
So good for you.
Let's freaking go.
So I've got that going for me too. With all my free time, I've rescued a kitty and I'm learning to knit. Dude, OP is thriving post-breakup. Absolutely thriving.
I love the idea of OP knitting while the boyfriend is just rocking out to some Christian rock.
Ah.
Knitting with a cat is like the most like calm and opposite energy to snorting for a Christian rock band.
But if you're doing it for Jesus, though,
if you're doing it for Jesus, if you're snorting for Jesus,
it doesn't count.
I think it's calm then because you're letting the Lord run through you.
You've leveled it out. It neutralizes.
Exactly.
It neutralizes. I was planning on becoming an old cat lady, but I also went on my second first date ever.
Ooh.
It was with another woman, which was kind of a surprise, but also somewhat nuts. We've got a second.
What?
Sam, get your mind out of the gutter.
That was just a very aggressive.
Very good, I see.
Very good. We've got a second date planned, and I'm incredibly giddy with anticipation, which is really nice. Thumbs up emoji. Oh, and I told my dad how much you liked his dump him fund/consent conversation when he said his grandma gave him one when he decided to get married at 18. Not my mom, so he can't take credit for the idea. Thanks for all the well wishes. And we have some quick relevant comments to close us out. Monsieur Le Dude says, sorry he turned out to be such a heel. Getting dumped is never fun, but a bullet was definitely dodged here. My apartment is nicer without his junk, and now the toilet is never unflushed and the seat is always down, so I've got that going for me. That is nice. By the way, you know what else is nice? Joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Tap the profile.
Do it.
Join us. And Shirley W92 says, being dumped is never fun, but I think in OP's case, it's the best thing that ever could have happened to her, lol.
Amen, sister.
Amen, brother. And can't forget, with all that free time, I've rescued a kitty. Yay to rescue animals. Let's go. And Rogue Kiddeth says, entitled, a not Pepsi addict, a thief, etc., etc. What a complete pile of human garbage. Congratulations on getting rid of him. Enjoy doing you, OP. And that, I'm guessing, is meant as a double entendre.
That it is. That it is.
And that's it. That's all we have.
I think OP dodged a bullet. I mean, I agree with all those comments. Snorting for the Lord can only go so far, and maybe only can go solo. You know, need a relationship
the line
with that.
can only go so long.
Yeah, and he crossed that line.
You know,
by just smearing his nose all up in it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
If you ever want to come on the show,
hear his music,
open invitation.
Yeah, dude,
I would
please.
love to hear his music.
But you know what? I'd also love to hear
what
this next story, unless that's the last story.
The end of this episode.
Oh, the end of this episode.
You mean the sound of us saying, "If you love us, make sure to subscribe."
We love you. So
see you tomorrow. Forgets his own sign off.
Were you questioning you love us?
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah,
you
cool,
put a so in there.
Cool.
But bye.